Fucking loser. That guy's a fucking loser. She can tell him I said that. Point him to this episode.
Yeah, I want him to hear it.
If he's watching HBO, she can be like, if she's ever, hey, that guy doesn't like you.
King Shark hates you.
King Shark hates you.
You're listening to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers with your hosts Greg Behrendt and Kane Holloway.
What's the name of the lead guitarist from AC/DC?
Angus Young.
Yeah, so my mom ran into him and had like a crumpled up envelope. And she was like, hey, can I have your signature? And then he just signed a crumpled up envelope. And then she framed that with a picture of him on stage. And I have that in my room.
Amazing. And you clearly don't care because you don't remember his name and it's been on your wall.
I'm not that big of an AC/DC. My mom is the big AC/DC fan.
Yeah. It is hard to read a crinkled up piece of paper.
It wasn't even
anger.
It was just a guy in a Catholic schoolboy outfit.
Where did she run into him? Like, for some reason, I feel like she saw him at Target.
It happens to my mom all the time. It happens to her constantly. It happens like on the streets of Seattle for some reason. My mom will be driving, and all of a sudden she was with my aunt at the time, and my aunt goes, hey, is that Muhammad Ali? And Ali was just walking across the street. And my mom got out of the car, left the car there, and was like, hi, and shook Mom and Ali's hand, got back in the car, kept driving.
That's insane.
It's so weird. Yeah.
Oh, man. I saw him I was in LaGuardia, and he had gotten off a flight and was coming down the tarmac, down by all the gates, and people were just applauding. They just all started applauding. So like this applause went the whole way. Everybody saw him. Nobody wanted to bug him, because he was kind of struggling to get where he was going. He was sort of, going like this. But there he was, man. He was in gray sweats.
He's like, stop clapping and fucking help me walk across.
God, I could use your help. I'm fucking Muhammad Ali. How about a hand?
Oh, fuck. That's so funny.
Now, Steve, now that you have a new level of fame, are you door dashing a lot?
No, I've always been doing it. I'm so fucking lazy. When the pandemic started, I was afraid to like touch food that anyone brought me or anything. So like there was a good 2 months at the very beginning of the pandemic where I was cooking. I was like, well, I guess I'm going to learn to cook because I don't trust anybody. But that's back when we were, blow drying our mail and putting it in the microwave and washing everything. And after like
I still blow dry my mail. I really like that. I really like that. That caught on for me.
After 3 months, when they're like, okay, it's safe to go into a grocery store again. And I was just like, okay, I'm done cooking. And it was just all drive-thrus and food delivery.
But you don't make your own coffee.
I usually do. Today, I've been trying to install a bidet toilet seat in my house.
Oh, those are impossible.
Losing my fucking mind. It's been nothing but problems trying to install this thing. I literally, after we're done with this, have to call a plumber because I've given up.
Yeah, it's a fucking night. That toilets, because I used to put those in, are a nightmare. If you break your toilet, don't try to fix it. Just spend the money.
No.
Don't do it.
Maybe you can help me, Kane.
I'll come out and fix Steve's toilet. That's the level of fame I've reached.
I finally got the seat on, which was the hard part. And I was like, okay, good. Let's install it. And none of the connection bolts fit. They're all the wrong size. And
Yeah, and you don't like you have all of the lines connected to the water, and one water line here, one water line here, and you got the joints that are supposed to connect all the. Oh my God, I've been on the verge of suicide every toilet installation when I used to do that. Fucking, I hate it so much. Is that how we're going to start our 100th episode?
Yeah. I think so.
I hope you.
I think fun fact, Steve Agee has a bidet. Not only did he get a bidet, but he was willing to do it himself.
Welcome to the show, our 100th episode. We have on sort of a myth of the show. Like you're almost, it's surprising you're on because, and let's clear up something before we actually fully get going. Did Greg accept your friend request on Venmo?
I think he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good.
I think we're good.
Yeah. I think I might have even sent you $2.
I think you did.
Yeah, I think I did.
And that's what pushed him over to buy that. But he's like, I could get the bidet now.
Oh yeah, $2.
You've seen him on the Sarah Silverman Show and Guardians of the Galaxy, and my new favorite movie, The Suicide Squad. But he's also one of Greg's oldest buddies. Steve Agee is our guest for our 100th episode, and we couldn't be more excited to have you on, Steve.
100. That's amazing. That's not an easy feat.
No,
I've done a few podcasts that never made it past like 50.
Is that right?
100, yeah, 100. That's a lot, man. That's
it is.
It's over 2 years worth of podcasting.
Boy, it feels like it too.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. The amount of fights, I'm actually, now that Steve brings it up, I'm surprised we made it 100. The amount of fighting we do about nothing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Steve has an album out right now, by the way, too. Don't forget Steve's album. We're going to play some of it in segment 4. You probably won't get to hear it, Steve, but it will be in there. We're playing it. We're going to intro the segment with your music, right? Is that right, Pat?
That is correct.
Yeah, we really love the record. I really love it. I told you, it sounds like Tad to me. It sounds like classic era. It's classic era grunge, but then it also doesn't feel old. It doesn't feel old to me.
The 90s, like that was my era for music. I mean, I was in my 20s, and that's when I went to, most of my concerts was throughout college, and then when I came to LA. So the 90s have fully stuck with me. It was hard to shake.
Yeah. No, it's perfect like that. It's perfect. It's called Scab. Is it other places besides Bandcamp, or are you exclusively on Bandcamp?
As of right now, it's just Bandcamp, but hopefully we'll get it up on iTunes soon and Spotify and everywhere you need it.
You got to get with TuneCore.
TuneCore? I don't even know what
that
is.
TuneCore. It's a feeder. So it feeds to everything. Apple, it feeds to Apple, it feeds to Amazon. It just makes your stuff on sale everywhere, and it's kind of funny, but you make sales.
I never heard of it. Okay, I'm down.
TuneCore. Yeah.
As soon as I get my bidet installed, I'm gonna look into TuneCore. Oh wait, that's a reference nobody knows. That was pre-show. Greg, you look so confused.
Dude, all the time.
I never
all
know.
The time.
I never know if what I've said has ever landed with Greg. For 100 episodes, I can never read his face, and that's been the dynamic. I feel like it is toxic, but we just haven't approached it yet.
Well, no, it's just there's a vibe of like an audio delay, like we're doing this across country, on the Good Morning America, and I'm like, yeah, as soon as I install this bidet, right, Greg? And you're just like, that's right, Steve.
That's my favorite kind of entertainment.
I love it too.
Is the 3-second delay. I love when anybody's on a 3-second delay.
And then eventually they all start over talking because then they're just like, are you hearing me? Yeah, I'm hearing.
When I do this show in my closet, I imagine that I'm a guest on the Rachel Maddow show.
It is a lot of fun. It's we have a we have a dating question. Steve, do you fancy it? Well, first of all, Steve, do you find yourself now after listening to the show? I don't know if you've listened to every episode or if you've listened to a few, but
I have not listened to 100 of them, but I've listened to my share of them.
Well, we appreciate you listening. And do you find yourself not taking bullshit from fuckers in your daily life?
Yeah, and that's also partly because I'm in my 50s now. I think you get to an age where I've noticed it with older people who are just like, in their car and they just back out of a parking space without like, fuck it. You watch out for me. I don't
care. That's really true.
I've kind of adapted that into, I used to be so nervous to call somebody to to fire an agent or something. And now it's just like, let's fucking do this first thing in the morning. Let's not wait till the end of the day. Like, it's not going to be any less, comfortable, based on what time of day I do it. So let's just get it over,
Well,
that's Steve, good. Are you dating right now?
No, it's been impossible through the pandemic. I had gone to Vancouver last December to shoot something for 7 months, and I was like, oh, I'll get on some dating apps up there, meet some new people. And it was just like, what am I, insane? I don't trust anybody now because of this virus. I don't know who's vaccinated and who's not, and if I show up somewhere with a mask, if someone's going to make fun of me. So I'm just like, I'm not dating at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, that's gotta be a weird concept too now, dating. Now that you bring that up, it's like, okay, if you're vaccinated and you'll wear a mask when mandated, and you meet somebody you don't know on a dating app, when you roll out there is a very real possibility they're gonna see the mask and not be into you.
Yeah.
They're gonna go, oh, you're vaccinated? Oh, you believe in that? You're gonna find out real quick what type of person you are now with this mask and the vaccine and everything.
Yeah.
Which is like, yeah, that's kind of like an uncomfortable situation when you see them not wearing theirs. You're like, fuck, great. Here's an hour. Speaking of that, we have a message in from Anonymous. She sent in to my personal Gmail and says, I matched with a guy on Hinge and we haven't gone on an actual date yet, but he's asked me to come to the brewery where he works a few times now, and I'm not sure what the deal is. We have plans to meet Tuesday, but nothing is set in stone. I have gone twice to the brewery while he's working, and he asked me to come tonight as well. He is working again, so he can only chat with me so much. And the first time he was able to hang a little bit more, but the second time was more busy and not as much hanging. I imagine tonight is probably a slow night, seeing as it's Sunday. I have a good and bad time while I'm there. He asks me questions as if we were on a date, but he gets pulled away because he's at work. So I feel like I would just like to have his undivided attention. So going to his work makes me feel kind of meh. Should I continue going to his work, eventually getting to our official date, or should I just always be blocking and go about my business? And that's from Anonymous.
Yeah, why doesn't he fucking invite you out on his day off? What the fuck that's insane.
Yeah. You know what? If I was dating right now, I'd invite somebody to the podcast. And just have them sit there. Yeah. And then whenever Kane's talking, I would just go, so are you having a good time? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it just seems like a very convenient he's making it convenient for himself, and yeah, that's weird.
It's
Yeah.
lazy.
I mean, it's fine if he's like, yeah, Morgan and I, if you want to come by the bar, but like, how about asking her out on a fucking night that you have off, dude?
Yeah, don't, even if you work in the restaurant and you have the day off, don't invite her to your restaurant. I get a discount. Well, then we shouldn't be going here.
Yeah.
Steve, have you ever invited girls to come see you do stand up?
No, I don't like doing that. I don't even like inviting my family or friends. I'm just like, I honestly, with stand up, I just like to go and leave. You know, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to deal with phone calls going, my name's not at the door, I can't get in, and I'm like, oh, fuck, now I got to go out and deal with this. And
Yes.
I don't tell anybody when I'm performing. I just go do it.
No, that would explain why my career is as good as it is right now. Because I don't tell people either. I never tell people. I never fucking tell them. And there's no reason. It's not like I think it's going to go bad. I just don't. I'm with you. I'm like, what if they can't get in, or, you know, I don't mind if somebody comes with me. Like, I don't mind if a friend comes with me and like stands backstage at Largo, wants to bullshit, and is more excited to be there.
Yeah.
But if they go sit in the seats, it's weird.
How many times have you been at a show and one of your buddies who's on the show is backstage going, oh, fuck, I'll be right back. Some of my friends at the fucking door and his name's on it. Like,
Yeah.
No, thanks. No, thank you.
Yeah, and then if you're on a date and you got to deal with that, you don't go together. Hey, meet me at my show, and then she's not on or he's not on the list, and I got hold on, I'll be right back. And the first time you meet in person or your date in person is you all frustrated. Dude, I told you her last name. She should be. I'm sorry about this, and that's your whole interaction. That's hot.
And then you're nervous the whole time, even if that doesn't happen. Going, well, I hope they got in. They must have got in.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, they're going to be watching me. And then afterwards, you're like, hey, you want to come backstage? And they're like, oh, I didn't make it. My car broke down. And you're like, fuck this, man. It's keep that shit separate.
And like, what's the deal in this guy's mind to be like I know you're a bar back in the, or you're a bartender or something, and you can like go and have conversate with the people that are at the bar. But I mean, he's got to know inherently that's not a great look to just go, all right, I'm going to pay attention to this person. And if this guy's good looking and then his tips are based on flirting with his clientele, there's another whole aspect of it. You know, bartenders are notorious flirts. It's how they make most of their money. So what a dumb look. What a dumb idea.
Yeah, she's got to cut that shit off.
Yeah, I agree. Fuck that guy.
Fuck him.
Hey, if you're a writer, performer, or creative in any way, then you might benefit from my coaching program. I've written several best-selling books and toured the world as a stand-up comedian and started a band called the Reigning Monarchs. Whatever creative path you choose but feel stuck on, don't worry, because I can get you unstuck. For more information, go to GregoryBehrendt.com/coaching and sign up. You'll also find this link in the show's description. And I can help you if you have relationship problems as well.
This is the theme song for What Does This Mean song. The theme song for What Does This Mean song. We'll read a self-help quote, and they're definitely not memes. Memes are something completely different than quotes. Quotes are supposed to help you through all the bullshit in your life. And memes are like that poster of that cat hanging from a tree. And it says, hang in there, baby, or Monday. Am I right? Mondays, am I right? So if you can think of a different title, then we'll probably change it.
What does this meme? The theme of the show. Speaking of the theme of the show. Paige Brianna sent us a message that said, Instagram just warned me that I could get banned for saying don't take bullshit from fuckers. Earlier this week, I caught a 24-hour ban on Facebook for saying fuck off with that bullshit. The moral of the story is social media is the real fucker.
Heavy.
It's very-
It's really heavy, man. Think about that for a little bit, man. Let's really marinate in that. Yeah, let's marinate. Let's marinate the fuck out of it.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Raquel sent us one that says, regret making a mistake instead of regretting doing nothing at all.
It's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good.
You like it?
It's okay. Yeah, it gets the job done. As far as an inspirational quote, yeah.
Uh-huh.
You put yourself out there, you failed. It's all right.
Yeah. Do you have regrets?
Yeah.
You guys, yeah, sure.
It's better than not trying and then always wondering, what if?
Yeah.
There's my inspiration.
That was beautiful, man. I love that you ended that with a kiss. All right.
Okay, so that's how we have to do it every time now. We have to.
It's your mic drop.
I pulled one that I love, and it says, "You ain't married to no average bitch, boy." That's Beyonce.
Kind of true when you think about it.
You ain't
married to no average bitch, boy. If you take the comma out, you ain't married to no average bitch, boy.
Comma, saving the game.
I wonder if she says that. I wonder if she says that to Jay-Z. They're just kind of waking up and getting some coffee, and he's not doing anything. He's just minding his own business with the French press, which he loves so much. And he's just putting down a Fresh Prince. He's just putting down the French press. That's all he likes. He's not bugging anybody. He's got his dreads going. He's got his dreads going every which way. He hasn't really pushed them back into place yet.
Yep.
He got dreads now?
He does have dreads.
Yeah, he's got like dreads. He's got like a whole big thing of like really kind of the big, thick, natty dreads. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
So he's just in the kitchen in a t-shirt. He's not doing anything wrong.
And then she just throws.
Yeah. And then she just throws that shit at him. She just gives him a final warning, really.
Every
right across
morning.
the bow.
I just have a picture of this dude that I like.
Right, there's
What
a
is
glare. Tilt it down. Oh, there you go.
You see him?
Who's that dude?
He's called the Silver Fox, and he's from Germany. And he's just cool. He's just cool looking. I find him more inspiring than a quote. He's from Cologne, Germany. Silver.fox.x.
All right, I'm gonna look him up.
He's got a Harley Davidson
If you
t-shirt
want
on.
inspirational quotes, you should follow John Cena on Twitter. That's all.
Oh, really?
All his Twitter is inspirational. I'm looking at one right now. It just says, "Kindness is a universal language."
Aw. Is John Cena as sweet as he seems?
No, there's no one kinder than John Cena.
Jonathan Cena. He seems like a sweetheart.
That dude has granted more wishes through the Make-A-Wish Foundation than I think all the other celebrities combined.
Wow.
He's granted over 600 wishes. He's like he's one of a kind. The guy's awesome.
I thought
that's good. That's good. I like to hear stuff like that.
Yeah.
I thought it was so cool that because I watched a few interviews with the cast of for Suicide Squad, and he just was in that Peacemaker outfit for all of it. Then he walked down Hollywood Boulevard in it was like in the middle of the summer too, with that hot ass fucking silver helmet.
And we just did a spin-off of the movie. We did a TV show for HBOMAX, and that's what we were shooting in Vancouver for 7 months, and he is still wearing it every interview he does.
Does he not understand? Does he not understand? It would probably be difficult for him to not understand that he's not really the Peacemaker. Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's a
'Cause he-
long, drawn out bit, like, but it's also like great, you know, publicity for our show.
Yeah.
He wears it all the time. He owns it now, I guess. I mean, they wouldn't. I played just a guy in regular clothes, and they wouldn't let me take my fucking wardrobe home.
They wouldn't let take your jacket.
A $50,000 fucking rubber superhero, dude. And they're like, yeah, sure, take it.
Oh fuck me. That's amazing. Yeah, you're both walking home with your, like, he's got his Peacemaker outfit in one hand. He's like holding the helmet, but like his fingers are through the eye holes.
Yeah.
And you have the jacket you were wearing in the movie on, and they were like, Steve, can we talk to you for a second?
We need that back. I'm like, really? He's got a stainless steel fucking helmet that you're gonna let him walk away with?
He's got the rat. He's got one of Ratcatcher's rats.
Yeah. He's the best, man. You guys the best.
Who's the worst?
I honestly think I'm the worst.
Are you the worst?
I went in there going, okay, this is an ensemble. There's like fucking 12 people in this. Someone has to be a dick. And everyone was so awesome that I was like, maybe it's me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's that thing where a guy or a girl will be like, I just can't keep a boyfriend or a girlfriend for more than 2 weeks. It's like, yeah, if that's a pattern, then you might be the fucking problem. You know? I'm like, maybe I'm an asshole.
Is it because you wore the King Shark outline, right? So people knew where King Shark was whenever he spoke.
Yeah.
So do you think that went to your head? Like you were like, I'm King Shark.
I really did feel like King Shark. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the whole third act is about you.
Oh my God.
You're bringing it home. If there's no King Shark, there's no bringing it home. You got to bring it home.
Yeah.
It is weird doing that for 7 months, and then you see the movie 2 years later and it's Stallone's voice. And you're like, oh. And they're like, Stallone is King Shark. And you're like, really? Tell that to me when I was running around Panama in 100-degree weather wearing a fucking bodysuit and a fucking 4-foot wide foam chest piece.
Ah, shit.
That's so funny. I do that now.
You're a glutton for punishment then.
Yeah, I love it. I just love to put on a bodysuit.
Oh, God.
He is King Shark though, man.
Oh, that was so funny. Okay, I'm looking at silver.fox.x right now, Greg, and you're right. This is some inspirational shit. Everything except him is in black and white. This is good. This is good stuff. All right. I think the show is going to follow Silver Fox.
What is the username again? How do you spell it?
Silver.fox.x.
Oh boy, he looks like the guy from the beer commercials, the most interesting man in the world.
Totally. Yeah, he does. But it just makes you go, oh, but getting old doesn't have to be a bummer.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Look at this dude.
I've got one here. Please fuck off if you think that it's okay to only talk to me when it's convenient for you.
I find, I had a friend that was like, you only want to talk to me when it's convenient for you. And I was like, yeah, that's how conversations work. If I don't want to talk to you, then I don't want to talk to you. It's convenient for me to talk to you now because I have the time. So you should be fucking grateful that we're talking. What does that mean?
I'll play video games if I don't need to talk to you.
Yeah. I gotta watch a 3-hour Bachelor. Like, I don't have time for.
I know, dude. I keep forgetting about that. I think I'm like 3 episodes behind, and I don't have time to talk to people during that. I got to pay attention to the drama. I got to pay attention to the. You know what? I agree with you, Greg. When I want to talk is when I want to talk. All right.
Yeah, like I'll text somebody, and sometimes they'll text me right back, and sometimes I'll text somebody, and they don't text me back for like 2 days. And I just assumed that they wanted to text me back 2 days later. That was when it was convenient. Yeah. Or maybe they're just like, I can't with Greg Behrendt today. I can't. Not with Greg Behrendt. Not today. I can't with Greg Behrendt today. It's too much. It's too much.
Oh,
he's going to talk about that old man he's infatuated with. Yeah.
That's you on your date. Whenever you start dating again, you're like, do you follow silverfox.fox.x.fox? It's inspiring.
I've got another one here. It is extremely likely that no one else remembers the moments you feel embarrassed by. That's actually from Josh Brown.
That's not true. Some of them are on television.
That's true.
I mean, my first Conan. That's I don't want anyone to see that. That's out there, and I'm embarrassed by that. And people will remember if they see it. They'll be like, "Wow, how did he get on television?"
Yeah, I still have friends who are like, "Remember when you fucking sat down and broke that chair 8 years ago?" And I'm like, "No, I totally forgot about that until just now. Thank you."
Yeah, or like when you go home to visit your family, they remember fucking everything you've done. That quote doesn't make any sense. that quote could suck my
good
butt.
Ones, that's for sure.
Oh God. We have a message here from Angie, who says, just listening to the episode and decided to weigh in on the John Mayer message. The guy's a douche, period. Have a great day. Mic drop.
We've had a sort of a not a battle, but we've made fun of John Mayer, and we have fans that like John Mayer.
Well, so you have fans that are fighting with each other, like in the comment sections. No, I like him. He's a good guitar player. He's a fucking. I read that Playboy interview. He's an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
The one who sent the message says, me forgetting all about my voicemail message about John Mayer, then hearing it on yesterday's podcast. It's been a long time since I've been on the hot seat of embarrassment. I'm going to make a real effort to not take your music opinions personally anymore and won't leave any more messages of disagreements. I call this the hot seat because my face and head feel hot. I bet my face was beet red.
Oh, don't feel bad about it. I'm glad you stood up for yourself.
Yeah.
But if you listen to this podcast and think what Kane and I think matters, you're missing the point of the podcast.
Yes, we're not Sherpas getting you to the top of the mountain. We're just telling you what it is we think. You can either like it and take the advice, or dislike it and turn the show off. But that's why we make it.
Cool. We'll be right back.
So since this is our 100th episode, Greg, Steve, Pat, we have we put out some slides on Instagram asking people, we're an advice show. So what lessons have you learned from the show? And we've had quite a few people message us in. And we've had one here that says, about to get a little mushy. Not all men suck. It's nice to hear you all as good humans who happen to be men. And that's a lesson they learned from the show.
That can be nice.
No, but no one nicer than John Cena. Let's not forget. Tell us some lessons you've learned. This one is the correct number of pillows on a couch is 4.
No.
Yes.
No.
What do you mean 4?
Only 4 pillows. Only.
Like 2 on each end?
Yes.
Greg, what are your thoughts?
6.
6.
6 minimum.
That's too much.
Where the fuck do you sit?
Fucking thank you. God damn it, thank you. Where
I
the
can see
fuck
6
do you
pillows
sit?
on a bed. I love having a ton of pillows on a bed that I can just like prop up a spoon or.
Yeah, I have a lot of pillows. I have a lot of pillows on my bed as well.
One of the lessons is don't take bullshit from fuckers. Great.
I mean, that's probably the biggest lesson of all.
One person says, I've learned a lot. Don't be a fucker. Don't put up with bullshit. Too many dating rules to mention. Several people messaged in to say, always be blocking. That's one of the lessons they've learned. Always be blocking.
That's good advice.
Do you block a lot of people, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not so much anymore because I set it up on Twitter. Instagram, I don't really need to. Twitter's where it's kind of a fucking shit show, but like I have it set up so I don't even see @replies from people unless I'm following them. So it's like,
cool.
I'll post something about getting vaccinated and I don't have to then spend 2 hours angrily blocking or engaging with people.
Yeah, that's smart.
Nice. I like that. Another pillow comment here. And this is the lesson I learned is that you can't have too many pillows.
There you go.
It's the great pillow divide. Y'all got me blocking everyone, and it had me increased my peace more than I could ever tell you. This one says, waiting 30 days to have sex was excellent advice. Also, dry humping is underrated.
Dry humping is underrated. Yeah. You don't have to not dry hump.
I remember that from college, man. Dry humping was great.
Yeah.
I don't think I've dry humped as an adult.
Oh man, I've dry humped. I'm like a dog. It's disgusting.
I'm dry humping right now.
That I do know. What's great? You're like the river dance guy. Is that you can seem stable up top, but you're just frantic on the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
One person said the lesson they learned is that I'm mostly the fucker in my own life.
Self-sabotage.
Mm-hmm. Stop expecting me from others.
That's a good one.
And then this person says, when you're best friends for 20 plus years and they ghost you for the 45th president, their problems with you not liking the last guy in office.
Yeah, people ghosted their whole families because of that guy.
This one says, always be blocking. Don't give fuckers an opportunity to weasel back in a second or a third time. And those are some of the lessons that our audience has learned.
Awesome.
Over 100 episodes. We got another slide here that what is the biggest bullshit you're not taking anymore? And someone said, people just thinking they have the freedom to say whatever they want to me. And this one I find very interesting. Bullshit that this person is not taking anymore. Parents pressuring me to get married. I'm only 23.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No. It's a terrible, terrible idea.
I find it so weird as a parent to think about the idea that I would pressure my daughter to get married when I really don't care what she does. I mean, I care what she does, but I don't mind what she does. Like my daughter has a boyfriend that I like. So I like that he's around. I enjoy his company. So that's okay. But I don't think they need to get married.
And don't rush the marriage thing.
I'm 52 and I'm still looking.
Hey.
I don't want to rush into anything.
Yeah, as a person who got married and divorced 6 months later, just especially if you have that, trust your gut a lot of the time. If this sounds too soon or hinky and you feel like you're in a bad way, just don't jump in, don't push forward. I feel like there's a lot of pressure once you really decide to make that decision that felt wrong in the first place. You just keep plowing ahead, hoping those feelings will change until you're signing divorce papers.
When I was in my 20s, I had this thing where I wanted to marry somebody and then quickly get it annulled just so that I could always refer to an ex-wife. I wanted to do it for a long time. I came close a couple times, but the girls were like, no, I think that's fucking weird. And I had a few that were kind of game. I just thought it would be funny to just be able to get, oh yeah, my ex-wife. One time me and my ex-wife went to Vegas and I just wanted to be able to say ex-wife.
That's so great.
Still looking for an ex-wife.
Yeah, and if you're at all interested, you can message Steve on Twitter if you're willing to be his ex-wife.
I bet we can make that happen.
Now, Steve, do you ever put up a thirst trap photo?
No, if you look at my Instagram, I almost never post photos of myself. It's always other people.
Yeah. You're a good photographer. You're a great photographer, actually.
Oh, thanks. But I just in general I just don't.
Would you?
If there was one that I really liked, I would put it up. But most of the photos I put up are just photos that I take myself. So it would have to be somebody else's photo, and then I'm just like, oh, it's not mine, and I don't know. I'm mental.
Could you take a thirst trap picture of Pat for Pat?
I probably could.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yeah,
go-
Pat loves
Encino.
to thirst. Pat loves to thirst trap.
Bring your dog and go get some popsicles because you know what's happening.
Yeah.
It's thirst trap time. We have so many slogans on this show, you know? Always be
good.
blocking. Don't take bullshit from fuckers. One of them is delete, delete, delete. If you're gonna delete, send it to us. Send first to us, then delete, delete, delete. John says, hey guys, I have a message I regret sending. I texted my mother calling her the C word.
Oh man, there's no walking back from that.
No, that's always going to be there.
That's brutal.
She's never going to forget that.
Wasn't out of the blue, but definitely should not have sent that. 2 years later, I still get the repercussions of the message. She's very similar. She's very she's very similar to Kane's dad. A lot of similar stories there, John. Well, you know, I feel very bad for you in that respect if your mom is like my dad, John. I have never called my dad a cunt.
Never too late to start, Kane.
It's very true. Maybe on his birthday. It's coming up. So we got a voicemail from a listener who has a bad dating story.
My friend, she's an actress. She saw some guy on a TV show she thought was cute, so she slid into his DMs. They agreed to meet. He was 45 minutes late for the date. He lives walking distance from where they were supposed to meet. When he showed up, he came in a car, did not come and pick her up, made her walk to go meet him somewhere. Then they sat in the car, and he talked about himself incessantly until he finally asked her about herself, and that's where the voicemail will pick up.
Oh.
All right, and let me turn this up so you guys can hear it.
And the one time he asks me about me. At the time I was coming off a Hallmark Christmas movie. So I was telling him about how, I just got back from Canada. I was doing this Christmas movie for Hallmark, and in the most condescending way possible, he looks at me and he goes, I did one of those once. And I just was so baffled. Like, who says that to someone? Like, I was so excited about my freaking Hallmark Christmas movie, and he basically just shat all fucking over it. And I literally was just like, oh, okay. And I didn't know what to say, but it didn't really matter anyway, because he pretty much just went right back into talking about himself and all the auditions he's had and all the shows he's up for, and everything that he's being called back for, and everything he's being considered for, and his new agents and his famous friends and blah, 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 blah. So anyway, the day ends, and I've never seen him on another show since then. I've never seen him in anything since then. So that feels kind of good.
What, you don't watch the Hallmark Channel? I love this dude is bragging about auditions.
I know. Who can't get a fucking audition?
Like a Backstage West. Hello, anyone can get an audition.
Yeah.
It's funny how I haven't gone on that many auditions, but the few that I've gone on, I've found out that actors love to do that. If they know each other, if two actors know of each other in the room. I thought comics were bad, but actors are. There's a whole new level of gross when actors go. I heard, like, it was a DUI commercial, and yeah.
DUI.
It was a DUI, and it was my first audition, and I've never acted before in my whole life since I was like in middle school. And I remember sitting there and this guy's like, yeah, I'm taking off to New York. I don't even think if I got this, you know, I think I'm in a pretty decent running to get this, but I might not even be able to do it because I'm doing a play in New York. And then the guy he's talking to goes, oh, I know. I got a Pepsi commercial coming up. So I don't even think that I would be able to take it if I got, and I'm like, what the fuck are you two doing? You know that this is meaningless.
Jesus Christ.
It was disgusting to watch. I wanted to throw water balloons at them. I wish I had them on me, like in Dusk Till Dawn. Just fucking.
Yes. An audition waiting room is one of the most depressing. Just listening to people brag about shit that isn't even really something worth bragging. Like literally, yeah, like you're saying, like bragging about a commercial or no, not even a commercial, because I think it's great to get a commercial. I mean, that's money. That's great. But audition, or just bragging about, yeah, I had this audition, I got a call back. No, but they liked me enough to make me fucking sit in this fucking room again. And dude,
oof.
I've been doing some great work in class lately. You should come check out my class. It's really good. The teacher is just off the wall. He's amazing. So yeah, I've been doing some good class work. And
do you know how stoked I would be if I got in a Hallmark Christmas movie? I would be, dude. That would be even if I play like the killer or the brother of the main character. You know, I don't give a fuck. I would love my entire career to be obscure stand-up comic who only does Hallmark movies. I would love that career.
They pay amazing, and the viewership is through the roof.
The Christmas movies are an industry of their own. Like there are people that just write Christmas movies.
Yeah,
it's incredible. And this sounds like a horrible date. I don't understand the part where he trapped her in his car, but I don't like it. And I bet she had a bigger part in her Christmas movie than he had in his.
Of course she did. He was trying to one-up her. He's horrible. Fuck that idiot. She can do way better.
I've got another one here, another bad date from Kevin. It was an OkCupid date, just coffee, which I hate because you can't get to know anyone. I arrived early and she was already seated with a drink playing on her phone. She did not look like the photo in her profile. I introduced myself as I pulled out my chair, and in return, I heard not hello or her name, but you should know that I have something to do in an hour. You should probably go grab yourself a coffee. I smiled and said, that's great because the Celtics are on at 7 and I'd love to be home for it. Unsurprisingly, after that start, I never saw her again, but the Celtics won. So there's that.
Wow.
I would have loved if he went and got his coffee and then walked out. Would have been great.
Yeah. What is your first date, Steve? What do you do?
I like to sit at coffee and talk about my auditions. I don't know. I like to do something where we can talk, like either, go on a hike or go to, get dinner or go to a fucking concert or something, like date stuff.
Yeah.
Movies are a weird first date because you don't talk and you're watching a movie the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But hiking's good. Dinner's good.
Yeah, I'm a third date is definitely going to see the movies. That's always on my list. I guess dinner. I always go to like dinner, maybe even like an early dinner, and then go maybe near the beach or something, and then go like walk around like Santa Monica Boulevard. I mean, if you live in California, who doesn't like dinner? A coffee date. But my friend Delaney, she did set up like date after date after date after date one day where she like met a bunch of guys and then almost like interviews. She sat at a coffee shop
dating.
And she speed dated for an hour. She gave like each guy an hour.
That's amazing. How'd it work out?
She's dating some guy she met at work. Or no, she's married. She's married now.
I have one last bad dating story from Sasa sent in one. Had work the next day, so I let him know I would head home by 10. He suggested we go to karaoke after dinner, to which I replied, if there's time. The check comes and he suggests we split the bill. Didn't miss a beat agreeing, as I have no problem with that. As he starts walking towards the karaoke building, I checked the time and it read 10:30, so I informed him that I would be headed home. He immediately accuses me that I was all for going to karaoke, and now that he's asked me to split the check, I didn't want to go. Said it was a test he did on first dates to see which girls are just out there to have the man pay for everything.
A test.
Oh no! What an asshole!
I pointed out the time and he begged for a last drink, so he got 2 beers and drank them in his car while listening to music, and he grabbed for a kiss and tried to stick his hand down my pants. I just shoved him away, looked him up and down, and left. The next day, he sent me this line sticker. It was a cute little cuddly animal sticker, and said he wanted to see me again. I blocked him right away. Congratulations on 100 episodes. You 3 are amazing.
Wow, man, that's bonkers.
That's incredible. I can't believe he went for the kiss and the pants at the same time. Like, that's both hands doing separate stuff.
Yeah.
That's so rapey. It's so rapey. It's so
It is. Dude.
I love
like,
that.
who goes right for the pants?
Oh God.
No,
yeah.
you go for the boob.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Well, like, yeah, it's a first date. You don't go for anything unless the heavy petting starts coming from both of you. Like, you can feel, again, we talk about people not getting any kind of signals. If you kiss and then you're not, you got to read their body. So if their body is starting to fall into yours, then of course, like, let's see where these hands go. Notice where her hands are going, and she'll notice where your hands are going. And if there's any rigidity, then maybe stop what you're doing, you know? But this dude, like, there's so many people out there that just, like, don't fucking get that. And they'll just go, vagina.
The guy's a psycho, man. The guy's a psycho. A test. Hey, you guys know I have a test when I go on dates? You have a test. Yeah, I make them pay half the bill. It's a great test. Oh, that's fucking psychotic, you fucking asshole. I got a great test. How about the test is you have dinner with them, and if you hit it off, they pass the first test. That's the test.
Yeah, professor.
Fucking idiot.
The test, unreal.
I got
Fucking unreal.
It's surefire. Yeah, foolproof, man. And then when they don't go to karaoke, I'm like, I knew it. When all women are the same, man. None of them want to sing.
It's a 2-part test. First one, they pay half. Second one, they got to go to karaoke with me. And if they don't, then if they don't do karaoke, then I know they failed the first test.
Yeah, they're scum, and they just want. They don't want. They
But
think,
then I
man,
do a third. But then I do a third test. And what I do is, I kiss him and finger him at the same time. I lean in.
They slam beers with me in my car like we're 16. In the car. All right, good night. I'm going to drive home now. Fucking loser. That guy's a fucking loser. She can tell him I said that. Point him to this episode.
Yeah,
if
I want him to hear it.
If he's watching HBO, she can be like, if she's ever, hey, that guy doesn't like you.
King Shark hates you.
King Shark hates you.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
Where's my wallet? Can't find my glasses. Where's my keys? Can't find my shoes. Where is my jacket? Where are my blue jeans? I'm fucking naked. What do I do?
So if you guys are wondering what's that music you just heard, that doesn't sound like DTBFF. That's because that music is from our good friend Steve Agee from his album Scab.
It's not Nirvana. It's Scab.
It's
The
Scab.
Scab Man. Scab Man Carruthers.
Is that
Like
is that photo on the cover? Is that a doctored photo?
No, that's me. 2 days before class photos, I was 6 years old. I was running down the driveway and tripped and fell on my fucking face. I have a huge scab just in time for class photos.
Oh man.
And I had not seen that photo since it was taken. I don't think I'd ever seen the photo. And then my mom passed away a year ago, and my brother sent me a box full of like papers and photos and stuff. And I was going through it, and I saw this envelope, and I opened it, and it had all the class photos. Like it had the larger one, and then the wallet size, and it was all those photos of me with the scab on my face. I think my parents were just trying to like, we can't let him ever see this. It will destroy him.
Amazing.
Which it would have as a kid. I would have been so embarrassed, but
my parents would have thought it was hilarious. They would have had it blown up, framed it, and gave it to me for Christmas.
See, I would do that to a kid too. I think that's hilarious. I was like, well, this is clearly my album cover. Me with a fucking.
Oh, it's
scab
perfect.
on my
It's
nose.
just perfect. Yeah, it's a great album cover.
That's so great. Speaking of embarrassing situations, we have a message in from our Gmail at dtbffpodcast@gmail.com. The Alan Brand sent one in that says, vacation fucker. I've read this before, and boy, I'm just going to up top say, I hope it worked out, Alan. Hey guys, I just had a great night ruined by a fucker, and Twitter told me I should email you about it, so here we are. I'm from Seattle, but I decided to fly out to Denver for a comedy festival after hearing a podcast I like was doing a live show there, and I figured I was due a vacation. Last night was a great night full of comedy and fun, minus the part where my chair broke right in the middle of a comedian's set. Steve, are you Alan?
That sounds like something I would do.
During last night's late show, I'm sitting in the back nursing my sore back and avoiding the flimsy chairs lest we have a repeat performance, and this beautiful woman comes over and sets her drink down on my table. She apologizes for infringing on my space, but I'm alone and think nothing of it. She starts talking, and I'm polite, and she's not being rude. Well, it was in the middle of the show, but we were way in the back whispering, so very rude, but very rude would be a better statement. Through small talk, it turns out she's not only also from Seattle and in town for the same podcast, but she also lives pretty much in my exact neighborhood, like 7 blocks from me. She offers me one of her beers, and we laugh at the show. She laughs at all the right parts and keeps touching my shoulder. At some point, she has to pee, and she asks me not to roofie her and to watch her drinks, and if anything happened, I would be the first person accused. I forgot about this part. We then talk for a bit about how much it sucks that women have to say that to someone because men are fuckers. And then because I don't know how to stop my mouth from saying stupid shit to pretty women, I said, besides, I can't roofie you now. The element of surprise is ruined.
That's kind of funny.
And she laughed and touched my shoulder again and went off to the bathroom. Anyway, once the show is over, we stand around some more and we start talking to one of the comedians on the show, and she is sticking around me too. The comic remembered me from a show in Seattle a few years ago, and then to her, he says, "Oh yeah, and I met you and your boyfriend in line outside." And she, almost in my direction, more than the comedian, said, "Oh no, that's not my boyfriend. I don't have a boyfriend. I'm single." So then the lights come on and they are ushering everyone out, and we get to the curb, and her friends are trying to go because it's 2 a.m. and lifts are expensive, and she gives me another long hug with a metric fuck ton of eye contact, to which I said, "Well, have a good night, and I hope you get to your place safe." And off she went. I didn't ask for her number. I didn't say we should meet up at tomorrow's show. I didn't even think to offer her a ride to her place because I had a rental car. Fucking nothing. We just walked off on our own directions, and now the odds of ever seeing her again is so fucking thin. She couldn't have been giving me more signals, and I couldn't have had my head shoved so far into my shame over the chair. And I think I fucked myself, and not in the fun way. As I write this, I'm getting ready for the last day of the shows, including the live podcast recording. We both flew from the same city to see, so there's a chance there's an update in your future. Because I was so pissed at myself, it was all I could think about the entire ride back to my Airbnb. So naturally, I can't be this stupid twice. Right? Alan.
He'll definitely see her at that podcast recording if that's what they're both there for.
I hope so. I'm pulling for him.
I hope he asked for her number, at least, or said, "Hey, let's go drink some beers in my car."
But if you don't mind, I'd like to split it. It's a test that I do.
I feel bad.
Well,
Poor guy.
I wish he would have waited until after the podcast recording to send this email.
I know.
Yeah.
Literally like a day later.
I've definitely been there before. I was sitting and talking with a girl at a bar in Hollywood, and I remember she was touching me a lot, and like, she's from Boston, and I tell her it's like one of my second favorite cities. I go there a lot, do shows, and I love Fenway Park, and I usually go there with my buddy. And we have people that we know in common, and so like we have that. And then the night comes, starts to slow way down, and everyone's leaving, and my buddy I was with asked for her friend's number, and then I just stared at her, and I was like, anyway, it's really nice meeting you. And then I went home, and then the whole time I was like, oh fuck, because I've been out of the game, so I haven't asked someone's number in such a long time that I just was like, it was really nice talking to that really beautiful woman from Boston. All right, I'll see you guys later. And I fucking took off. So I've been there, Alan. Don't beat yourself up too bad. It'll happen. It'll come around again.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope there's an update to this.
Yeah,
I hope so too. I know I've been there like in my 20s and teens where I just completely miss the signals, or am so afraid of rejection that I didn't do anything. Like I said, now that I'm a lot older and the darkness at the end of my life is starting to get bigger and bigger, I'm like a lot less afraid to ask for a phone number.
I've done more of the opposite, where it only happened really one time, but I was like, the signals were all there. She was putting her hand on my knee, and she was talking to me, and we were laughing, and she was getting close, and we were sitting in the front of my car after a show and talking, and I was like, oh yeah, I know what this is. And I leaned in for a kiss, and she was like, oh no. No. And I was like, how is that possible? How is it not? How is it no? There was so much yes in the evening. I wasn't creepy. I didn't grab her. I just leaned in for a kiss.
You didn't come at her this way?
I didn't go with the high and low. You distract with high, and then you zip it low. You do like a waving motion over here, and then you let this guy subterfuge.
Get both the boobs and the bottom.
Yeah.
Creep. That guy's a creep, man.
What a piece of shit. Oh my god. Reddit remix. Everett. Okay. My wife. I mean, it's the 100th episode. We should have air horns, should we not?
Yeah.
Steve's our air horns. After they're married, my wife told me she thinks of anime characters if she's having a hard time to come during sex. She told me that it's not every time, and it's mostly the same character. Madara from Naruto. All right, I gotta know who that is.
Wait, who's this anime character?
Madara from Naruto.
Madara?
Yeah, I'm looking him up right now. All right. Yeah. He's got like a sexy vampire killer vibe.
Oh yeah, he looks like Chris Angel.
He does look like Chris Angel.
Oh my God, he looks just like Chris Angel.
Ah, mind freak.
That's so funny because I think about magic when I come.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I come to really good tricks.
Greg has the best Chris Angel fucking bit, man.
Oh, thank you.
It's so fucking funny.
Oh, I gotta hear it at some point. You don't have to do it now. Let's see here. She said that she doesn't think of sexual things but him standing there showing his dominance and might. For those who really know Naruto, the scene where Madara fights in the big ninja war against literally everyone. I'm not really sure what I should think of it. It sounds like she's turned on by his presence and aura that clearly comes through when one is watching the anime.
Is this coming through? Can you see him flipping off the...
I can't. Oh yeah, I can see it now. Yep.
That's what
Dude.
she's thinking of.
Yeah, she's thinking of him just standing there. I could do a better job than your husband.
Madara.
I'm Madara, goddammit.
I've never understood anime.
No, it doesn't do it for me either. I don't get it. But good for her. I mean, so if she comes, it's a win. Who cares what she's thinking about?
Exactly.
Yeah, dude. Who cares?
Yeah.
You want her to not come and then just be fucking frustrated with you the fucking rest of the night? No, you don't. Trust me.
Try dressing up like Madara.
Yeah, get a Madara spiky haircut.
Yeah, put on a fucking whatever outfit he wears and just stand there, and then watch her just explode. You know?
Yeah, totally.
But it probably has to be animated for her to like it. Yeah, women are a whole different basket of eggs, man. They come differently. They think about different stuff.
Women are a whole different gender.
Seriously. I'm really glad I uncovered that.
What we've learned in 100 episodes.
Boys are like this, but girls are way different than that. I don't know if you guys know that.
Did you ever notice?
Yeah, I do like too that he's not even doing anything sexual. It's the anticipation of him doing something so cool. It that gets her there. So it's just the idea of a man, this idea of power,
strength,
stoicism, intelligence, just wrapped up in a guy standing there.
Yeah,
it's great. That woman's a lot deeper than that guy, and he's on Reddit. Hey man, you like can't see it. She comes when she thinks of this guy.
Guess what, dude? A lot of women do.
Of course they do.
Maybe not that guy, but they all have a guy.
They have a guy.
And it's not you. It's not you.
No. She liked your.
You're just providing the friction. That's all you're doing. You're there to provide friction.
There's at
a steady enough pace.
The friction. Do you know so there's like this TikTok trend where women will show a scene from a movie and then it'll cut to them when they were kids and how like it changed them sexually, but it cuts to them grown up now, but the subtitle says me at 9 or whatever. Yeah. And there's the scene of Captain America Civil War where the Winter Soldier is like a Black Widow's wrapped her legs around Winter Soldier and she's like pounding him in his head, but then he with his metal arm grabs her by her throat, then like lifts her up and then body slams her onto the table while holding onto her throat, and it just cuts to this girl eating cereal and it's just like all the cereal is falling out of her mouth. So
that's
funny.
great.
I love TikTok. I do not understand it.
No.
I don't know how to fucking edit something on TikTok, but The second I click on a TikTok from my Instagram stories and then that stream comes up, I can spend 2 fucking hours watching TikTok videos.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
It's very addicting. That's 100 episodes.
No, I love it.
Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you, buddy, for doing this.
Accomplishment. That's an accomplishment.
Yeah, thank you, Steve, so much for coming on.
Oh my
what
God.
do you want people to follow you, or what do you want the people to know?
Yeah, you can follow me at Steve Agee, who's right there. On all the socials. Check out Scab, my EP on Bandcamp. Suicide Squad, you can now buy a video on demand. It'll be out on Blu-ray in a couple weeks. And then we have the spin-off Peacemaker coming out on HBOMAX in January. And I'm really...
Oh, is it that soon? Is it January?
Yeah.
Oh, January. Fucking A. Awesome.
That's great.
4 or 5 months, yeah.
Yeah, check out all that HBO Max. Get an HBO Max subscription.
Yeah.
God, what are you doing?
Suicide Squad will be back on HBO Max in a few weeks, I think. So, yeah, get it.
Yeah, it's one of my new favorite DC movies. Steve's really great in it.
Really fun.
Yeah, and Steve's King Shark, and that will be that'll also be a slogan of the show.
I am the motion capture for King Shark, and I am the actual character of John Economos. All my scenes with Viola Davis.
Viola Davis.
Yeah. How was that? Was that great?
Yeah, she's a champion, man. She's great.
Yeah, she's a prize fighter, man.
Yeah, she's a heavy hitter.
She's fucking, that's amazing.
She really doesn't hold back in any ever since like Fences. When I saw Fences, I was like, oh, this lady's on a completely different level.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Subscribe to our show.
Do that.
Share the show. I want to thank everybody for 100 episodes. Everyone that's listening now. If you're brand new to the show, welcome. I hope you guys stick around for another 100. Keep telling people about it. You can support the show. Go to patreon.com/DTBFF podcast, and you can donate $1, or you can check out our tiers, see bonus episodes. You get the full video version of the show for $1.
You get to see this fucking face.
Look at his fucking face.
This fucking gray beard.
And he'll do this for you.
Here comes test number 3.
I keep thinking of Jim Carrey and what is Ace Ventura's like. No, that's the cable guy.
That's right. If you want to contact the show, you can do it at dtbffpodcast@gmail.com, on Instagram at dtbffpodcast. You can follow me at Kane Holloway. It's Gregor's DTBFF producer Pat. And if you want to, we would love to hear your voice on our voicemail. You can call in the show. What is that number, Pat?
That number is 323-379-5544.
Any messages to the audience before we get out of here, Greg?
Just thank you. That's all.
Don't take bullshit from fuckers.
Fuck them.
Hey there, if you like the show, you can find bonus episodes and more at our Patreon at patreon.com/DTBFF podcast. And then rate the show 5 stars on iTunes, because it's the right thing to do. All music by the Rating Monarchs, produced by Patrick Kelly.